Hello and welcome to the 2024 Hart Women's Volleyball Media Day. I'm your host, Hart correspondent Rich Linden, and volleyball super fan. We're delighted right now to talk with Central Methodist University head coach Coleman Lee, along with student athlete Rita Campos. Coach Rita, how are you doing today?
Good.
Very good, yes.
Yeah, life is good in
Happening.
the volleyball world. I love it. Well, let's jump right in, Coach. You've had a couple of weeks with this team right now. How are they settling in? How are they looking? What have you been working on in preseason?
Well, it's crazy because we've got a lot of new faces, some really, really solid returners, but some good transfers, some good freshmen. So actually, we're way ahead of the game compared to where I thought we would be. We came in 2 weeks, 3 days. The girls handled them well, no complaints. Really got some hard work put in, and we're looking like we're going to be a solid squad.
Fantastic. Well, let's have you introduce us to your student athlete Rita. What type of impact has she had on the team, both on the court and off the court?
Well, I think people are going to be surprised to see Rita back in a different role. She actually played for us 2 seasons ago on the outside, transferred to us from Ave Maria. Really, really explosive in the front row. Had a lot of big kills for us, but unfortunately had an ACL tear. So last year we spent all season rehabbing. She redshirted, trained for us as a DS, and she's going to be taking over as the libero this season. Um,
Wow.
and an outstanding leader, really, really solid in serve receive, one of the scrappier defenders that we've ever had. So she's already made a huge impact, both leadership wise and play wise for us.
That's incredible. I've seen this before with the Heart. A few years ago, one of the Heart teams, their strong outside hitter had an injury, rehab, came back as a libero, and then they made a run for the national championship. So that's going to be
That's
real
the goal.
exciting to see. That's going to be exciting to see, Rita. Well, let's go to you now. You're from a beautiful part of the world, Portugal. Um,
Yes.
tell me about your volleyball journey. When did you start playing? When did you fall in love with it? How did you end up at Central Methodist?
Well, for me, volleyball is a family thing. My parents played, all my uncles, my cousins, everyone plays volleyball. And I started when I was like 5 years old in a small club back home. And then when I graduated high school, there was this agency in Portugal, and they contacted me um, with this opportunity to come into the US. So yeah, I just sent some highlights. They sent it to a bunch of schools here at the US. And then I went to Ave Maria in Florida, and I did there my freshman year. And it was a really good season, but I wanted a more competitive program, and I wanted to go to nationals. So I talked with Coleman, and now here I am.
And here you are, and
Yes.
you're in I think, one of the strongest volleyball conferences in the entire United States. And there's such an international presence. Rita, I'm always, when I'm announcing games, I'm blown away at that flavor. It's like a World Cup of players on both teams. So tell me, how do you work? How does the team work through this when it's nothing for me to be doing a game and I'm hearing Portuguese, I'm hearing Spanish, I'm hearing Serbian, I'm hearing German, I'm hearing Italian, I'm hearing English. How does that work? How does that work with the team and on game day when both teams are communicating with each other?
Well, we have a team rule that is we only speak English when we
Okay.
are with the team. But, it's really nice that we have a lot of internationals because we all understand each other and relate to each other's situation. So we all help each other. And then the American players as well, they also help us with anything we need, like paperwork, or if we need a ride to anywhere. Everyone is available to help Coleman as well. So, we're just really there for each other. And we're a team and a family, so.
So, Coach, you've been coaching for a long time. You've been in volleyball for a long time. Um, is there a difference? You have like seven nationalities representing the Eagles this year. Is there a difference in style of play between international players and, say, American born players?
Yeah, I would say that there is, and that's kind of been a culture shock for some of our girls coming over, like especially our setters, playing with a completely different ball. than they're used to in the European leagues and things like that. So I would say it's a different style, maybe a different tempo, but the nice part of what we do with our offense is it's really something that no girl has been experienced with before, the number of sets and the number of different tempos and locations we run. So it's almost like everybody has to learn it together to where nobody's really behind. Everybody starts out on the same page. And then we do it together.
It's amazing. Well, we said the heart is so difficult, but year after year, your team finishes in the top of the top. And last year played for a conference championship. What's it take and what do you do to keep that type of consistency going every single year?
It's hard work. We talk about this every year, like what it means to actually put on a Central Methodist uniform. And I think the girls have to buy in every year. We talked a couple practices ago about how, everybody else in the country may be doing one practice a day. They might be doing two, and we're doing three. But, that's what it takes for us to be where we want to be at the end of the season. And I feel like this year, more than even some of the seasons in the past, the girls just want it so bad. Like I said, I get out and do cardio with them every day before practice. And there's just no complaints. It's just kind of an expectation of like, hey, coach is out here doing it with us. He understands what it takes for us to be in shape to play these 5-set matches. He knows what it takes to win. He's going to get us to nationals, and they just trust the process. So honestly, now that I've kind of got it locked in after these, last few seasons, it's an expectation for the girls. It's an expectation for me, and everything else kind of just falls into place.
It's incredible. So, Rita, for those of us that haven't been fortunate enough to come to Fayette, tell me about the Central Methodist campus. Tell me about game day and what's the atmosphere like inside the arena?
It's a small school, so I feel like everyone knows everyone. So all the teams support each other. The other day, we all went, like the whole volleyball team went to watch the soccer game, and then the soccer players come watch our game. So, we always have a pretty good crowd and a lot of people cheering for us. And it just feels like the whole school is very connected. The campus is beautiful, and yeah, it's really nice.
That's so important too on game day when you have that support
Yes.
and that fan base. It's amazing. Coach, what are some of the team goals coming in preseason and in the first of the season? What are we looking at?
They never change. We have this talk in the locker room every single year about our goals and our team rules. And like I said, these girls just understand like what it means to be here at Central Methodist and in a volleyball uniform. They know, what we've really created here is a dynasty. We hadn't been to the national tournament, at least in the new format, since forever before I got here. And now every year the girls are the same way. It's like, hey, we've got to get to the opening round. We want to be high enough in the rankings that we can host and put ourselves in a good spot to get back to Sioux City. They're really hungry for a conference championship. We haven't done that since 2019. Last year, we went into the 5th set with Park and actually had a lead at the side change and just weren't able to finish. So I think that's a big goal for them. And like Rita said, we have such a good atmosphere and culture here on campus. They want to win at home. So one of the goals this year was, going undefeated at home in front of our fans, because these student athletes, they really support each other on campus, especially with us being high on the international side, along with men's and women's soccer. They want to see each other succeed. They want that family feel. So the goals, same every year. And that's not only our goals, that's our expectations.
So what's your ratio like of upperclassmen to new incoming student athletes, and how does that dynamic play in?
I mean, this is the first year that we have more newcomers than we have returners. I think we spent spring season with what, 9?
Yeah.
I think we had 9 spring season. So, I mean, a lot of our alums came in and helped us with practice. They're still dedicated to the program, so they came in to help our girls get extra reps. But yeah, we're on the high side with newcomers, but I think everybody's going to be pretty impressed with the impact that they have in the lineup right away. And not only on the lineup, but I mean, they've just brought such a good energy to this group. They fit in super well. I would say that our dynamic in the locker room and in practices is probably the best I've seen. They're so close. They want the same things together, and I feel like, you know, they want success for each other and they want success for me. They understand, you know, how important this program is to me and the time that I spend on it, and they're doing the exact same thing on their end. And I think we're just all bought in. We're locked in and ready to go.
So Rita, what do you do and what does the team do? I know that you're grinding and you're going hard on the court and focused, but you know, to get that gel, to get that chemistry, to get that family, you also are off the court. What are the upperclassmen doing, bringing in the newcomers, and what does the team do off the court that's fun, that's cool, that's bonding?
Well, actually, Coleman came up with this new thing this year that he calls speed dating. And every single day we have to bond, hang out for like an hour with a different girl every day from the team. So we can really get to know each other, spend time together. So I think that's pretty cool. You know, I'm just really getting the chance to be one-on-one with every single girl on the team. And, you know, they get to know me and I get to know them. And I think it's really making a difference because we're getting really close, you know, we're just really want to be like a family, not just a team. And that's how we win games, is if we have really good chemistry and we are all together on the same page.
Well, let's talk about one of your teammates, another Eagle, Annabelle Maassen. Oh gosh, just a few weeks ago, she was selected by the Heart to represent the conference for the prestigious Leroy Walker Award. I voice all those awards. I know how important they are. This is given to one student athlete from all across the NAIA. I mean, all athletes, all sports, the whole NAIA. Someone who represents academics, campus commitment, sportsmanship. Coach, tell me a little bit about her, what she means to the team, and how she represents that.
She's special. To be honest, we were planning on playing without her this season. She had a really good offer at a actual top 10 NAIA program to take a graduate assistant position there and play. Fortunately for us, she decided to stay on campus and work with our sports administration group here and our leadership team. And she coaches for me. So we were in Vegas with her 16s team. She actually qualified a team for nationals this year in club. And one of my middles just out of nowhere said that she was having some knee pain, wasn't really sure what was going on. And I texted Annabelle and I was like, hey, what would be the chances of you wanting to come back? And she was like, well, if you need some depth in the middle, you know, I would love to do it. I'm sure you know from the past, she was an outside for us for 3 years. Last year, we trained her all spring. She turned into a first team all conference middle, and that's kind of where she's confident now. So as soon as she realized that we might need some help there, she was more than excited to come back. And not only, she's another kid that it's not just play wise with Annabelle. She understands the game. She's a good teammate. She's a good leader. And she's been here long enough, you know, like Rita, they just understand me. They understand the program. They understand what we want to do here. And it makes it so easier for those other kids to just fall in line and trust the process when kids like Rita and Annabelle are like, hey, I know it's hard. I know it sucks right now, but at the end of the season, when some of the other squads are finishing up and going home for Christmas break, we're still going to be playing. You know, we're still going to be in the hunt for a national tournament run, a national championship. So having those kids who have been here kind of lead the way and earn the trust of those newcomers, saying like, this is what it takes, but believe me, it's going to pay off, makes a world of difference.
Well, that's the ultimate testament to the program, the success of the program. So I can't wait to see the Eagles rolling on, unfinished business, carrying on. I can't wait. I'm hyped for it. I'm excited. I hope I get to announce a match. Good luck to both of you. Thanks for being on today.
Thanks for
you.
having us.